Back toward the back in 31st position is Sean Monroe, who currently sits second in the point standings. And Monroe, if you know the young man, doesn't have a conservative bone in his body. He will charge in a hurry. More than 1,525 AutoZone stores across America. AutoZone, the best parts in auto parts. By Suzuki. Your Suzuki motorcycle and ATV dealer has the ride you've been waiting for and the financing to get it. And by Valvoline DuraBlend, the #1 selling semi-synthetic motor oil. Our race analysis today, 50 laps. There's the race record, 74.448 miles an hour, about an hour and 45-minute race. Pit window, 25 to 30 laps is as far as they could go on fuel, and the purse over $75,000.
Cars are coming down to the green. 42 of them lined up there. We see M.K. Kanky, 87 car. He's ready to go. John Metcalf, 05. Steve Portingay, the Ultra Shield car. And there's Jim Engelbright in the 20. Light is off, coming down to the start-finish line.
And Chris Chenda will wave the green flag, and we are underway from Sears Point Raceway. 50 laps, a little over 200 kilometers here in the 6th stop of the year for the NASCAR Featherlight Southwest Tour.
You can see how quickly they try to get in single file, but it's almost impossible to do. As a result, some of them getting high on the ripple strips.
That's a good sign. They all got through that first corner. Look at those cars fighting for position. And you're right, Ned. They've got to get in single file, but they still haven't. They're still trying to get position out of the blue 19, Tony Toast. Mark Reed has the lead in the blue car.
Well, one car got off the track just momentarily, but he got back under control.
The yellow 93 is Chris Rodman. Down to the carousel. This is turn 6. Very fast part of the racetrack. That's Tom Hubert. In the 30 car, he was about the 3rd or 4th fastest qualifier, only he did it the 2nd day and had to start in the 21st position.
So everybody expects him to come up through the pack. Let to sort of feel out the competition. Pass for second.
Brian Giamone, the 5 car, takes over from Craig Rodman.
And now they hustle down through the S's, turns 7, 8, and 9, where we've seen a lot of cars have trouble. And as you heard Kyle Petty tell you, they're on an economy tire, which is more narrow and has a more flexible sidewall. And the cars here have been very unstable, going back and forth. See some cars now beginning to move a very high-speed part of this course as they make the right-hander there at turn 10.
Oh, Giamone took a look on the inside, couldn't quite make it. And Chris Rodman locking up that right front, takes a spot away from John Fox.
He really drove that thing hard in there. A lot of confidence in those brakes. But he made it.
There's the car number 93 we're talking about, Chris Rodman. That yellow and red numeral number 93, a 2-time winner already this year. He's the point leader and the defending series champion.
It's Dennis Dyer in the 77. He's closed up on the back off.
And the car behind him is John Cox, who's a 3-time winner of this race. The only 3-time winner of this 200-kilometer event.
And we see they're still getting a little bit sideways coming off the corner. That's the 8 car, Ron Peterson. Mark Reed still leading Giamone. And we see Craig Rodman, the black car, trying to take a look on the outside, but Giamone really closes in, going in turn 7.
Car number 5 is Flying Brian Giamone. Young man who told me he has his best races at Sears Point, but his worst finishes. That I've been in the top 3 with 4 and 5 laps to go about 5 times. And have yet to get a great finish here. Always had a problem. Indeed, last year he was running 3rd with a couple laps to go and had a problem.
There's Jim Engelbright, car that's running in 5th spot. The Wonderbar onboard camera. The roof cam into the corner, hard on the brakes. And there we see a battle position, 3rd spot. Michael Alsop on the inside takes it away from Craig Rodman.
And that's what you got to do on this racetrack to make a pass. You just outbrake them going into the turn. A risk.
Once again on top of Jim Engelbright's car. Engelbright already a winner this year at Tracy, California on the half-mile down at Altamont.
That's the Advantage Memory car in front of Engelbright Computer Company here in the valley of around San Francisco. I'm sorry, down in Orange County. got that stripped in him, Ed.
Sure did.
Jumped off the ground, all 4 tires, it looked like.
Didn't slow him down.
If you've been watching these races, you're used to seeing the 20 car angle ride in a black car. The sponsorship from Wonder Bar, they changed it to yellow this year.
If you're wondering what Wonder Bar is, if one car is spun around, the car number 81,
Mike Ramsey.
out of Roseburg, Oregon, one of the Northwest Tour drivers down involved in this Southwest Tour event. Of course, if you're wondering what Wonder Bar is, it's not a candy bar, because I know Benny made the beeline up to their pits to find out. That's one of those little devices you use to mix drinks out of a
dispenser machine to mix drinks. I thought it was a candy bar, ice cream bar, so I made a beeline down there.
Here's what happened. There's a lot of action around this racetrack.
Matt Crafton in the 46 car. He's 20 years old, this young man. Here's a replay of what happened to the Ramsey car a moment ago. Comes off the corner, nails the gas, and guess what? Around it went. There you go.
Never. He tried to straighten it out, but just could not catch up with it. Finally spun out onto the dirt.
At least he kept the engine running.
And the leaders flash by. We are told they got a black flag. The car number 44, a Bob Lyon, Agua Dulce, California driver, who's making his 153rd start today. In the early laps here of Sears Point Raceway. Back with more after this. Is that oil on the racetrack from Lyon?
They go green all the way, we'll be chilling. White car behind the count is Kevin Richards, 51.
Yeah. 35 is Richards.
35.
Eagle Bright.
Chris is leading the form.
Brother.
Bo Limler. Yeah, guess we'll see it on our camera 10 on it.
That's not in the ISO, it's in camera 10.
Could you tell from that shot he's an entrepreneur? He is. What do you do for a living? I'm an entrepreneur. Read that when I was little. No, entrepreneur.
You guys doing a heck of a job. Yeah. Good idea.
Yeah. Back at Sears Point Raceway, 4 of 50 laps are complete, and you're riding along with the car number 05, John Metcalf out of Aurora, Colorado. He is the leading Rookie of the Year contender, is Remax Chevy Monte Carlo. Having a good run.
He started 21st, and that's where he's currently running, 21st. Right on board with him. Charges up the hill to turn 2. The right-hander, NK Kanky, the 87 car, has been able to get by him. NK started back in about 23rd spot. Left-hander, this is 3. The right-hander's 3A. And we go down the hill to turn 4. Oh, we've got a car spinning around. Frank Moronsky.
And he gets the car right in front of traffic. The fortunate traffic has gone by, so Moronsky able to get the car. But here comes cars back at him.
Moronsky on Thursday, and there's a 25 car has spun. Steve Petty. This is at the carousel, and normally there's some pretty serious contact. Oh, he gets it fired back up, spins in the grass, and here we go, back to the leader, Mark Reed, the 73 car, Nitro Tech. Leading Brian Giamoni. Looks like they're pulling away a little bit. Let's see the 7 car, Moronsky, go around. Same spot the other car, the 40 car spun. And Keith Spangler in the 37 does a good job getting by him. So does Sean Monroe. That's the first spin. Now let's try the other one. This is down the carousel. Steve Petty comes to the corner and oopsie daisy.
Evidently he locked his brakes there, Benny, or hit him real hard or something. The back end just broke loose on him.
Looked that way.
Steve Petty's a veteran road racer, was the 1991 Trans Am Rookie of the Year, so he's had a lot of Trans Am road racing experience. His first ever start in this car as a Southwest Tour driver. Mark Reed still being shown as a leader, flying Brian Germoni in second spot.
Michael Alsop was running 3rd, and he's in the pits. It looks like the car is, the transmission, like something might be wrong with the transmission.
Well, not a good sign when they put those jack stands under the car, Benny.
I would say it's hung in a couple of gears, not been able to shift correctly.
Yeah, he was running strong out there.
It really was. That kid really run strong out the Southwest Tour.
Fourth. Well, the front 2 cars trying to pull away a little bit now. Reed and Germoni from the 3rd place car of Englebright. That's Englebright in the yellow number 20. Rodman behind him in the 2. And last year's winner here, Doug McCowan in the car number 34, being shown in 5th spot.
And Bortingay has worked his way up to 6th in the 14th car.
Let's check in with Bill Weber.
Well, Michael Alsop sits here on pit road. The engine is off. The linkage fell off the transmission, so he sits here with the car on the jack, and they're underneath it, trying to get it repaired. Taking a jack over there now, so he will sit here on pit road after qualifying 4th, and a very disappointing development for his team.
Boy, he sat on the pole at Phoenix last October and came close to winning that race, finished second to Scott Hansen.
And McCowan goes on the inside of Rodman. Oh, and the 93 car Rodman hits the barrels, hits the tires, and Kevin Richardson 35 has spun. 2 of the top 10 have spun in the same corner.
And that was the point leader, Chris Rodman, who spun the 93 car.
21 car, Ken Peterson has worked his way up.
Peterson in 11th position. In car number 21, former winner here. There's the 93 of Chris Rodman. That spun a moment ago down in turn 11 against those tire barrels.
Now we got another sprinter, Steve Resnowicki. Here we see, there's McCowan on the inside of Greg Rodman, and we see him 3 abreast.
No wonder they spun.
No wonder they spun out. I didn't see that to begin with. The 93 and the 35 and another car, all 3. Hey, a battle for the lead, turn 7. And Germoni. Bet Linda Cooper's happy, don't you? The owner of these cars. Cooper Corporation.
Flying Brian in the car number 5. Roger Bracken is the crew chief. Brian Germoni, Linda Coper, you mentioned, as the car owner.
You can see how far away they pulled from the yellow car of Englebright.
Turn 11, here's on the brakes hard. We saw Brian shift to 2nd gear. Now he'll try to accelerate off the corner. Oh, and the 73 car Mark Reed just about missed that corner. Lost a lot of time to the 5 car.
Might be the reason Germoni was able to get by. Pushing out a little bit.
Gilbride, car number 20. He's trying to hold off McCowan, last year's winner. And they battle for third position. That's third and fourth on your screen. Rodman now has slid back into fifth spot. Who started second? We're talking about Craig Rodman, the older of the two brothers, driving the car number 2. Horton Gay is still in the sixth spot.
It's a red, white, and blue car in Horton Gay. And there comes Dennis Dyer in 77. That's Ron Hornaday's brother-in-law. And John Cox, 66, Albuquerque.
We mentioned Cox, a three-time winner here in that car number 66.
There's the 8 car of Ron Peterson, Chris Rodman, and the 21 car of Ken Peterson. Well, one time would be an instructor here for the Bondurant School when it was here in Sears Point.
There's a lot of laps on this racetrack.
A lot of laps on this racetrack. As a matter of fact, he qualified a Winston Cup car. NASCAR Winston Cup car, the 19 car, and made it in the field for tomorrow's Save Mart Supermarkets 300.
That's 9th, 10th, and 11th there on the screen. The car number 8 being shown in 9th position. 93 is 10th, and 21 and 11th. They come through turn 11.
Well, look at that nice line, the 21 car. Peterson makes coming off the corner.
You mentioned Peterson was an instructor. He runs a marina in Sausalito full-time, but as a part-time driving, so it's not a bad gig to have. Helps them park the yachts during the day, and on weekends he helps teach people to drive race cars.
That's not bad. 95 car, Kenny Shepard. We saw him just a moment ago. There he is. Remember a couple of years ago, was it last year, that a car hit our camera, our robotic camera? And never see the damage from Kevin Richards' car after he spun down in turn 11 with Chris Rodman. Anyway, that 95 car, Kenny Shepard, is the kid who hit that camera. Said the best thing he ever did was he took that tape to a sponsor and they said, okay, sounds like a great idea. The Roofing Contractors of America. He was able to maintain that sponsorship because he tore our camera up.
Good for him. Something good came of it then, didn't it?
Well, Flying Brian Germoni beginning to move away a little bit, pulls about 10-car length lead over the pole sitter Mark Reed. There is Flying Brian in the car number 5, heading down through the S's, charging down through the S's. Reed in second. Engelbride in the car number 20 is third. As you ride along on the roof cam of the Wonder Bar machine, Wonder Bar Chevy Monte Carlo of Jim Engelbride, the winner in Tracy, California at Altamont just a couple of weeks ago.
See if he makes a move here. You see the car number 73 goes high going into that turn. Don't know if he has a brake problem or what the situation is, but he goes high in that turn almost every time now, which cost him a lot of time, but he was able to hold the position.
Well, down the drag strip and up the hill. That's what they'll do for about 40 more times. We'll come back and watch it at Sears Point in a moment.
What did Metcalf do?
Reed's car, when he goes into turn 11 there, it just he takes off.
He's just trying too hard, I think. Gained on Germoni that time. From 11 to there, looks like he's gained some. Now on the outside. in traffic. It'll be time for activity.
Back at Sears Point Raceway, challenge for second place, side by side, up turn one and up the hill.
Mark Reed, the pole sitter in the 73 car, able to hold off Jim Englebright. We're right along with Englebright as the weakest spot on the racetrack net for the 73, the pole sitter, is turn 11. He's having trouble down there.
Yeah, Englebright was able to get up beside of him, and as they came up to start-finish line, they were still side by side, but then Reed was able to pull away once he got headed up towards turn 2 and 3.
I thought that was neat. That time Englebright hit a ripple strip with his right front, and the camera just, as the right front jumped off the ground, we could see the camera jump. Up to turn 6, this is what's called a carousel. And right by him, a good battle going on. McCowan, Rodman, and Fortingate. The Ultra Shield car. There he is as he looks at these fellas.
Greg Rodman in the black car in front of him, car number 2. He is in fifth position.
And Steve Fortingate, former Rookie of the Year and former Series champion of the Southwest Tour. Sitting back there very patiently riding. A lot of these guys got to wonder if they're really saving their brakes and being very careful early on some of these high-speed turns.
Yeah, I've noticed that Greg Rodman in car number 2, he's been passed a couple of times by the car going into turn 11 because he was not as heavy on his brakes going into that turn, and I wonder if maybe he isn't sort of conserving his brakes and he's keeping the car pretty straight around the racetrack. We've seen him slip a little bit. Here's a pass again, Ben. He's trying it going into turn 11.
And he's going to take the second spot this time. Put Englebright, the 20 car, in second spot.
Now we'll see if Englebright can possibly move in and close in a little bit on flying Brian Germoni. Englebright second. 73 Reed is third. McCowan is fourth. But the car who started fourth, Michael Alsop, well, he's not faring so well. He's standing by with our Bill Weber.
And we have a car into the wall here right in front of the pit stretch. The 63 has brushed the wall, and the yellow is waving right here on the front stretch. So we can have an opportunity here to talk to Michael. Your car now being pushed behind the wall. Great qualifying, running a strong car, but what happened?
Bill, you know, we were plagued with bad luck again, I guess, this year. Last year we broke a shifter. This year the transmission actually broke. I'll tell you what, the guys worked real hard. The Pro-Built Homes, Hauser Construction, HBS, Chevrolet Monte Carlo was working excellent. We were running third, kind of riding along, and just bad luck got us, you know.
Okay, he was still able to smile when he climbed out of the car, but his day is done.
Michael Alsop was 11th in the points coming in here, just 22 points out of 10th behind Bob Lyon.
There's a 25 car. Looks like the left front tire is flat on the Steve Petty car. We saw him spin up in the carousel earlier on.
The 63 car Bill is referring to that's up against the wall, that is the Troy Beebe machine. That's car number 63, Troy Beebe out of Trinity, North Carolina. The car owned by his dad, Alan Beebe, the Ultra Shield Taco Bell Chevrolet Lumina. And that's the reason for the first full course caution here on lap 14. We'll be right back.
configuration, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's art.
That's art here in California.
Somebody pay a bunch of money to put that in front of a courthouse somewhere.
Really. What's my bid? Let's see here. Yeah.
What they'll do, Ned, is take some oil down there and spread on that inside that red line. Just take some oil down there. Or some wheel bearing grease. I mean, something like that.
Gary.
Gary Nelson?
Yeah, looks like it.
It's awful heavy for Gary Nelson.
I believe the wind is just blowing his jacket out.
There we go. Now we're cooking.
So they're rebuilding the tire bearing. Okay. Flip it over.
Steve or Stags?
Whoa, mama! All right.
Who is that? Who is that red? Do we know who that red car is? I can't see the
Still
number.
can't see the number.
No, 19.
98, maybe? Troy Ermish?
I don't know.
What isn't 93? Isn't 95? It isn't 97. So it's got to be 98. Troy Ermish. Is it 97 or 98? I don't think it's 97. It's not Resno Wiki.
He's a blue car. He's in the pits.
Well, the only one it could be is Ermish then, I guess.
The 98 car is red.
All right, good enough. Ned says it's red.
So that'd be perfect.
So enough be said. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Get the view from here. Got Lake Eldora here adjacent to us.
There's Resno Whiskey. I guess he sped down pit road, huh?
Resno Whiskey.
Resno Whiskey. I guess he sped down pit road. There he goes. So let's go. He said, Ned. What's that car doing? It's in it.
And Roger Mears is out of the car. You're okay. What happened out there?
Well, I was coming out of turn 11 down here, and the transmission just went kabloom, and I was done. And then the guy behind me, 63 car, ran in the back of me. Nothing he could do. He was right behind me. So, unfortunate. We had us a good car. I think we had a good car for the end of the race. We were getting a little slippery out there. We'll just have to come back next time and hope for a better result.
And you said the course is getting slick.
Yes, it is, definitely. Either the course is or my car is, one or the other.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. Thanks,
All right,
Roger.
Thank you.
So now we know what happened to cause the wreck. That's good.
Matt Grafton in the pits. His mom and daddy pulled that with a motorhome. And they got 2 English bulldogs that go with it. Yeah, every time I see them, I got to go in and visit with the bulldogs.
Like that. His dad's Danny.
No. Changing rears.
Yeah, Benny.
Yeah.
This 87 car, you know, we talked earlier about this place being fast and the Kano tires and stuff. The right before the caution, this thing threw off its power steering belt. So this guy's running with no power steering. That's why he keeps swinging way wide down here in turn 11. He gets down here and he's got 3 handfuls to get it turned.
Whoa. MK Kanky. We need to point out that there used to be a hill there. And we can see that there's no grass.
Okay. Dorothy Lamore's kid. Daryl Lamore.
That's a good shot. Sometimes we get a chance to point out that they moved that hill.
We told him we're putting the sweeper out yesterday. We got a shot of him standing on his broom. There's the sweeper. The guy had a broom, and he had a beard bigger than the. Yeah. I mean, they've moved a tremendous amount of dirt. Yeah. Hey, baby, there you go. All right. How about running me one in here, will you? That whole case there. There you go. I'll just take the case.
Benny.
Yo.
Where they moved this cow, where they moved all that dirt.
Yeah.
They also moved some of the photography stands.
Yeah.
First lap I ran yesterday, I used to come through that part of the racetrack and aim at a photography stand.
Yeah.
Wasn't there anymore.
We're right off the track.
I spun all the way down through there, man. Wide open.
That'd be a good story to tell when we get a chance.
Yeah, they moved. I mean, you just got, because it's up the hill and downhill, you got focal points that's not on the racetrack. They're away from the racetrack, and they moved them all.
Oh, that's a great story. We need to point that out. Yeah.
No service.
And you thought MK Kanky had a handful, right? You should have seen Goldberg.
Really. Hey, when this race is over, when this race is over, you want us to come back to the compound?
Thank you, man. You're the man.
Oh, Mike.
He even brought me a Haagen-Dazs.
That wasn't even his table.
Huh?
That it wasn't even his table. He was waiting on it.
That's right.
What'd you do to him, Benny?
Mikey?
He's trying to get on the good
I got
side.
him a ride back to Charlotte last week.
Oh, well, okay.
Negative. Nuh-uh. Nada. Yes, sir. Thank you. Blind Brian not gonna come. Me not pit. Me lead.
Early bit. Probably 15 laps.
Do we have roof cams tomorrow? We don't. Yeah. Okay.
What are we going waiting on? Daryl Lamore, and we see
That's
70 car of Sean Monroe in the pits.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
This red car, the second red car that you see, let's see what number he is when he goes by, Mike. Behind those two white ones with a black nose. No, not that one.
Not that one.
Not that one. The next one. Behind it. Behind it. Behind it.
Not that.
Not that one. The next. No, not that one. Not that one. Now that one. What number is it? No, the next one. The red car. That. Yeah. That's the car that.
98. That Troy Ermish. Ermish was in a skirmish.
That's the guy that made that move.
The guy that Troy.
Yeah, we saw the 70 car and 17. I saw there's a 7 car. Oh, that's he's out on yeah.
17 came in.
46, 17,
70.
70, 7.
Bronski.
No. 7.
One hand out the window. That's why he got the trouble. He got no hands on the steering wheel.
What happened? You have jello in that bowl and the gel. It's hard to count.
Man. Where do they tell them they're going green? Down at turn 7 there? Is that where they showed the green?
They showed, yeah.
Where are we now? I don't know where we are around.
Yeah, that's up to 7 now. Only 25 a lap.
See if we're getting the green flag up there this time. Is the flag when they're in the corner, right there in the corner, Mike, on the inside? Right there, yes. You see the green flag? They're going green when they get to the line.
Okay. It's all over.
Mike, did you see what I was talking about a moment ago? Did you see that guy with the green flag up there in the corner? So that's okay. Just want to make sure you knew that. Yeah. Belt jumped off.
Okay. Getting set to go green back at Sears Point Raceway. Take a look at this evasive maneuver a moment ago as the caution was about to come out.
Troy Ermish in the red car. You see the white car slowing down. Watch this red car. He has to go between 2 cars. The 25 Petty has a flat tire. Remember we saw the left front tire flat? That's why he went straight. And this red car, he did a great job going between those 2 cars.
And he got black flagged, Ed, for going down the drag strip as we get set for a restart here. And here, while we were away a moment ago, a number of guys came on the pit road and made pit stops.
There were several out. Car number 70 came in, number 46, number 17, and number 7. All made pit stops. And we go racing again.
So we're able to get back in line. Now let's see if Engelbrecht can do anything with Germoni. See Tom Hubert in the 30 car. That orange and blue car right behind the last car in this line, this nose and tail, he started 30.
He's currently running 13.
He said on the pole.
Start 21st.
He said on the pole here, look at this car number 30 on the inside, making going by one.
Uh-oh, car spin right in front of him.
That's the 95 car of Shepard that spun. Might have had a little help from behind Kenny Shepard, the Merced, California driver.
You can see he gets going again. Several positions.
There's the 28 car, John Walsh from Riverside, California. Back to the leaders, the 5 car, the red one. That's Brown Germoni, the leader.
Turn 7.
Jim Engelbrecht is second in the 20. Mark Reed.
Engelbrecht has just taken over second right before the caution came out, so we were wondering if he might be able to make up into that distance that Germoni had put between he and the second place car. So now we'll see if he's able to stay with him.
Looks like Mark Reed, the pollster in the 73 car, Nitrotech car, is still struggling, trying to keep up. As the first 2 already put about 15, 20 car lengths on him.
Well, here's what happened up in turn 3 and 3A just a moment ago. Watch the 95 car, right side of your screen.
He goes down the corner, and the 21 car, Peterson, comes down, and he just has to jam on the brakes to try not to spin the 21 out. I think there was some contact. 21 almost spun out. There we see the 21 sideways, so I think there was some contact between the 95 and and 21. And the 95 car, Shepard, basically spun himself out so he would spin the rest of the fellas out.
And Ed Weir, the pole sitter may be having a problem. Let's check in with Bill Weber.
Yeah, Jerry, he's talked to his crew, and Mark has told his crew chief that after he lost the lead, he may have used up too much brake trying to rope in the leaders, and that his brakes are not really 100%. Now, they're hoping they're going to come back to him a little bit after that caution period. Now we have a caution waving down here on the front stretch. Oil on the front stretch, so a caution waving here at the main flag stand across from pit road. But anyway, Mark Reed's problem, maybe losing his brakes. They're hoping they're going to come back, but we'll have to wait and see.
And we see McCarr in the S's have almost complete visibility of all the racetrack, all the way around this 2.5-mile racetrack. Used to, they couldn't see it, and now they can. This is, when they get through this thing, it is going to be the greatest road course in the world, I'm convinced.
As they are set for green flag racing once again, Sly and Brian Germoni leads them up across the start-finish line, up the hill, turn 1, slight left-hander, that's turn 1 right there.
That completes 21 laps. And there were only a couple of cars that came into the pits, right, Bill Weber?
That's right, Ned, and one of those was the pole sitter, Mark Reed. He came in and he got rear tires only. Now, he is still complaining about that brake problem, and one of his sponsors, Nitrotech, actually freezes his brakes, which theoretically makes the brake pad last longer, but they were unable to use those brakes in this race because of a master cylinder problem. So he just has the normal brakes instead of the Nitrotech brakes he normally uses. So he's trying to get the feel for that pad and for that brake pedal, but in the meantime, the car just is not stopping as well as he hoped.
And John Metcalf also made a pit stop during that caution. We speculated might the entire field come in, but apparently they were a little bit uncomfortable coming in there with 30 laps to go.
It's a great shot from our copter cam as they go through turn 7, about 40 miles per hour. Now they accelerate second gear, and then they'll catch third gear. And then the sweeping left-hander, that's a right-hander, that's 8A. Now as we go back to the left in turn 9, these cars will get up to probably 120, 25 miles per hour. Oh, battle for the lead. There we go. The Germoni missed a corner, and Engelbright was there. And he has a problem.
Yeah, he's headed for the pits.
Maybe he's just making a pit stop.
Well,
he can go in and he can pit, and all the rest of these cars stop on the caution flag.
Now the rule is that if you pit under green, you can change as many tires as you like. If you pit under caution, you can only change 2 tires. 35 miles an hour, Bill Weber. Flying Brian Germoni's Cofer-sponsored Chevrolet is headed your way.
And this would be their scheduled pit stop. They did not want to pit under caution because they could only take 2 tires under the yellow. They want to do a 4-tire stop and fill up with enough fuel. They're within their fuel window, so they will be able to reach the finish, but they wanted to change all 4 tires. So they go around to the right side first. These are bias ply tires on these cars. Germoni sits in the car having trouble slow on the right rear. These cars take about 1:40 to get around, and then Germoni will hope a caution will bring the field back to him. Now they're working on the left front, coming around to the left rear. They'll shove the fuel can in there once more. Now they're content they got enough gas in there. Tightening the lugs on the left front, putting the left rear tire on. Waiting to tighten those lug nuts. Germoni patiently sits on pit road, his visor up. They throw a water bottle in there at the last second, and Germoni heads out of pit road.
I wonder if he's able to catch that water bottle. I doubt it. If he starts up through these S's here, these tight turns, he's not going to be able to find it.
So the veteran crew chief, Roger Bracken, made the call to bring Brian in when the caution was out and the green had come back after they could change all 4 tires. Now, while that pit stop happened, there was a lot of action around the racetrack. This in turn 11.
Yes, they start stacking up. There we see, there's 25 car, and the 7, there's Morosky goes around, and the 97 car loops around. That's Steve Resnowicki, and that's a couple of times we've seen him today. And Steve, and up in the carousel, Monroe goes straight. Sean, turn left, baby, turn left. Great job. That's the car that Chris Trickle was scheduled to drive in 1997. I guess most of you race fans know that Trickle was shot back in late January.
Las Vegas.
And third place car on pit road in front of you, Bill Weber.
Greg Rodman had to wait until 22 laps were complete, otherwise he would not have enough fuel to reach the finish. Right side tires for him, and this looks like it will also be a 4-tire change. The 95 also on pit road in front of Kyle Petty.
The 95 had just a little bit of front end damage. They've changed right side tires. The right rear is rolling off down the end of pit road. They're doing the same thing. These guys have opted to come in and change 4 tires instead of taking the 2 under caution. It's a little bit better stuff than some of these other guys have had. They're putting some tape on the hood. They've got brand new stickers on. Some of these guys are putting on scuffs. These guys are putting on stickers. They're getting ready to go back out, guys.
And also Steve Portengade's Ultra Shield car in the pits. There is Steve just exiting pit road. He was running in the top 5 a moment ago, so he has now made his pit stop with less than 30 laps to go.
Wow, this is jumbling things up.
But meanwhile, they continue to race.
Engelbright
is the leader in the yellow number 20.
McCowan in 34 is the second place. There's Chris Rodman, the points leader in 93, the yellow car. Oh, we've got a car, Tony Toast, it looks like, hard into the wall.
And this could bring out a caution, guys.
Look at that. That fiberglass body's almost ripped off his car.
Heavy impact for Tony Toast. It's spelled T-O-S-T-E, but pronounced Toast, and he's in the wall. And meanwhile, some other cars are going to head to pit road.
And they'll do that before the caution comes out. The car number 93 was going into the pits.
Chris Rodman. And there's John Pox in 66 right behind him.
So I think they should be okay. Kyle Petty.
Chris Rodman's in the pit, so is Ken Peterson. Chris Rodman, before they came in, the crew chief asked the NASCAR official, can we change 4? He looked at him and said, go for it. So evidently the caution came out in time, so these guys were already on pit road. Both cars are changing 4 tires. They've changed right sides. They've come around to the left. Peterson is still up on the right side. These guys are having a pretty good pit stop right here. Changing left side tires right now are going on. Filling up with gas, that's about it. No chassis adjustments, no anything. Pulling the left front tire fender off the tire a little bit. He's down and he's gone.
Kyle, that's got to be the ideal situation, is to come into the pits and have the caution come out while you're there.
When NASCAR rules used to be this way, I won a race at Rockingham for this very reason. I came down pit road, the caution came out, and I ended up a lap ahead of everybody.
Never see the damage in the right front car of Ken Peterson's car. There's Tony Toast.
And fortunately, he's able to walk away from that car, although the hill is somewhat of a challenge in those driving shoes. There's what's left of his car number 19 that he started with today. Started 28th on the field. The driver out of Pismo Beach, California, the Toast Paving Chevrolet. And that one will either be repaved or reskinned. And Kevlar and carbon fiber and fiberglass nose and rear has sustained heavy damage as we are under caution for the 3rd time today here at the halfway point in Sears Point Raceway. We'll have halfway next time by. 24 of 50 laps are complete. Back with more in a moment.
Jerry, that's the Road Runner. They have a company called Road Runner Towing, so Jim can find his pit board. He brings it in. This will be a 2-tire change. They'll change the rear tires only and make a shock adjustment. He will be able to go to the distance. Jim likes it here. A 3rd in 95, a 5th in 1996. Working on both tires. They've got the left one on, waiting on the right tire. Got enough fuel in. They'll top it off again. Now waiting, obviously having a problem on the right side that you can't see from here. Engelbright waiting, still sitting here. Now they lower the car, and he returns to the race, spins those tires, and takes off.
Well, they had a problem with the right rear tire on the car number 20. There's Doug McCown's car 34 out. Here's the car number 8.
See, McCown beats Engelbright out of the pits, takes over that position, and that might be something important before the day is over. There we see the orange and red car, the blue and orange car of Tom Hubert.
Now this is going to be a real advantage for those drivers who pitted under green. They took on 4 tires, and they won't have many more laps on their tires than these guys will have just on their 2 tires that they were able to put on caution.
And one of the guys who did that was Brian Germoni, who was the early leader who came in when the caution flag was put away and the green came back out. He pitted and came back in for 4 tires under green, so we'll watch him come back up through the field. Coming up tonight, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, host Reese Davis will be there for RPM tonight. In the driver's seat with Tony Stewart, the Craftsman 200 in Portland, Oregon, and NHRA, the Lone Star Nationals. That's all coming your way, 8:30 p.m. tonight, Eastern Time. Reese Davis, RPM tonight. Back with more from Sonoma in a moment.
Okay.
Hey, Lenny, we just do the
Backer for the football team. Lenny, keep your hands off that switch.
Put rubbing Benny's blanket up. That's where I found him this morning doing his research under the Wonder Bar tent. And the third place car, number 05, it's already been on pit road, has been black flag, John Metcalf.
There he is, the Remax car. Remax Realtors. Right now, Kevin Richards is leading the race in the 35 car. That's Matt Crafton in the 46 car. 20-year-old young man doing a very good job. 46, I think, is the only Thunderbird in the race. I'll learn to talk to you sooner or later.
That Matt Crafton is Danny's son. If you follow Southwest Tour Racing over a couple of years, Danny Crafton was a veteran. Matt, his first full year on the tour. Now, the car number 3 was second when we went to break a moment ago. Kyle, let's go to you.
I tell you what, I talked to these guys, and they said, okay, here's what we're going to do. When the thing goes green, we're going to come in, we're going to change 4 tires because we need 4 tires, okay? That went right out the window about a half lap later because he came in. They changed both rear tires, sent him right back out. They're concerned that everybody that's changing 2 tires are going to have to pit one more time under caution and take 2 more tires. They think they may have just made the wrong decision and lost the race. They're worried about it a little bit here.
Well, that could be a tough break for Rudy Revak, Los Gatos, California driver. As Kyle told you, they wanted to wait. That's what Brian Germoni did. He waited till the caution went away and the green came out. He came in and took on 4 tires.
And there we see another car making a pit stop, and there's the Rodman brothers, the 93 of Chris and the 2 of Craig.
And the leader came in too. The 35 car came into the pit. He had not pitted. So Kevin Richards gives up the lead, and there's the 05.
John Metcalf has a stop and go. The official has signaled he can go, and he puts a gear. Evidently, what did he do, jump the start?
There is Kevin Richards in, and Bill Weber is there.
And they had to wait for the green flag to come back out too. Remember, you can only take 2 tires under caution. They wanted to do 4 tires. He's got some sheet metal damage on the right front of the car. They're going to try and either cut that away or tape it real quick. Meantime, working on the right side tires. Fuel is in. Kevin sits here gunning the engine, waiting for the tires. Now, these guys, very rarely do they ever make a 4-tire pit stop. Usually it only happens on road courses. At some tracks, they don't make any pit stops, so these can sometimes be a real challenge for the crew as much as this course is for the driver. So now they're working on the left side. Kevin still sits here on pit road. Obviously, he will be hoping for a caution after he gets back out to help him catch the field. So they're working on the left front, taking a long time on the left rear, trying to get it set. Now they'll go back there and tighten the lug nuts on the left rear. The NASCAR official has come up to the right front of the car, and he's not happy with that loose sheet metal. Now they drop the car, and Kevin's going to take off, and we'll see if they want him to come back in and tape up that sheet metal. That'd be a pretty heavy penalty to pay.
Well, they're reporting that fiberglass is flapping in the right front fender. Kevin Richards now exits and heads back on the racetrack. He's never driven here before. He's been a crew chief for 10 years, so he should understand pretty much what they should need to do on a pit stop. But they had some trouble. While this was happening at the top of the hill in turn 2, I think the car number 30 had some problems.
Tom Hubert comes off the corner, nails the gas, and looked like he got on the gas a little bit too strong, makes an excursion out through the dirt. But he does keep the car going, drives back on the racetrack. That was John Walsh in the 28 that went by. While that was going on, there we see Hubert.
As he comes back up to
right
speed.
rear tire is flat on Hubert's car. Tough break for this young man. That's one thing about the bias ply tires. You know, going around a road course, we're going to see rocks on the racetrack, and sometimes they will puncture a tire. There we saw the leader go by, Matt Crafton.
Then we might mention John Metcalf, who left pit road a moment ago, was again black flag for speeding too fast on pit road, has come back in, and now exits pit road, so a tough break for the Remax car.
by Steve Portingay. Trying to take over some spots. There he goes, right in front of Craig Rodman. That's the 14 red, white, and blue car. As he closes up on the back of Dennis Dyer in 77.
That's in 6th position. Dyer is 5th.
Ken Peterson, the 21 car, the white car, is in 8th, as you see on your pylon. And Englebright, there's Jim Englebright, who led so much of this race, trying to work his way back to the front.
Currently being shown in 9th position.
Dives on the inside of Steve Petty. Down the corner, hard on the brakes. Now second gear, 40 miles an hour. He will accelerate off this corner. Work his way down. We see some debris on the racetrack off of these cars. At about 135 miles per hour as they go through that corner. No, not this corner. I'm sorry, the straightaway, just past the start-finish line. And the blue car, the third car in line, is and the pole sitter. He is off the pace. Mark Reed is off the pace, or did he just let Rodman go by?
Well, he slowed certainly right there. There's a report of oil in turn 11.
And it may be that 73 car you're talking about, Benny. It may have come out of Mark Reed's car. Now he slows. Portingay goes wide. The 21 car's involved. Petty.
And Germoni. Brian Germoni also involved, Ned.
Yes. Heavy damage to his car, as we see the number 21 here.
As a matter of fact, this damage was done by the 5 car. The right front of his car is stolen.
And we are being told it's a transmission on Mark Reed's car. There may be some transmission fluid if he shattered the transmission. That's Ken Peterson in the car number 21, a former winner here. His car heavily damaged.
They're going to throw the caution flag for this car. There's without a doubt.
Let's take a look, see if we can see what happened. There is the car number 73.
And he is very, very slow. But he's going through a corner slow. Cars are going to start taking evasive action. We saw, oh, there we see the 21 car spin, and here, boom, Germoni's going to come right someplace. There he is.
And hits him hard.
Hard contact. As Doug McCowan almost involved. Remember the winner here last year in the 34 car.
That was Kenny Shepard, the car 95 behind Brian Germoni. So they came over that little hill there, and there was there's the damage on the car number 5, Germoni's car.
Now the right front tire goes flat. We see him dragging the racetrack as he tries to get back to the pits. There's really not much need to hurry too much to get back to pits, though.
Germoni, who was involved in a crash out on the track, and you had told me before the race you were going to retire this car at the end of the season, but perhaps that a bit premature, Brian. What happened?
Yeah, a little bit soon. You know, the same old story that you always hear when you're on the sidelines, but you know, Cobra car was running really good. You know, we pitted on the green like I told you earlier, and that was working good, but just, man, the tight little track and going real fast, and to be honest, I have no idea what happened. His car was going everywhere, and I went to the left, there was a car there, and the right, there was a car there, so I picked the middle, and I think I got all of them. I don't know, but you know, we'll just put the pieces back and try again next year. You know, we got a long season still. I don't think it's going to hurt us too bad. It's going to hurt us a little bit, of course, but you know, we ran good, and we had a lot of fun, and ran up front, and that's what it's all about. And next, we're getting closer. We're running. That was the first time we led in a long time, and we'll get them. Just keep on trying, I suppose.
Okay, Brian doesn't have very good luck here. He'll be looking for better luck next time out. Mark Reed's behind the wall. We'll talk to him a little later on, but right now, guys, green flag about to come out here at Sears Point.
And as Brian Germoni told us, that I have my best races and my worst finishes at this racetrack, and the tradition continues for him. Restart lap 35, caution lasting 4 laps. Less than 16 laps remain here at Sears Point.
Matt Crafton leading in car number 46. Now he stopped back at lap 15. Don't know if he can make it or not. Of course, we had a lot of caution laps since then, Benny, so he might be able to make it as far as fuel's concerned, and I'm sure that he's thinking he can.
And he only changed 2 rear tires. Kyle Petty, what are they saying down the pits?
I don't know, man. I'm standing here with Danny Crafton and Matt Screwchief. Obviously, you guys made a good call. You took him from the back and got him up front. Does he have enough experience in one of these cars to stay there?
Good question. 6 or 7 races all he's been in, so he's got a lot of savvy, so we'll see. We're trying to hold him off right now and not run it too hard to save some gas.
Do you think you can make it on fuel?
Yeah, we got figured we should.
If you don't, are you going to worry about it too much?
No.
All right, Ben. There's your answer.
Well, it's California. You don't worry about a lot, but right now there's some shuffling going on right in behind him.
And Ken Bailey, the 27 car, he has held off Craig Rodman. Portingay in the 14 trying to go by. That's the Ultra Shield car. Portingay you're riding with. And Ken Baylor, the 27 car, is doing a great job. Young man started 33rd.
That's second, third, and fourth. Meanwhile, our pole sitter, Mark Reed, has had to call it a day. Let's go to Bill Weber.
And Mark, I know you're disappointed. Was it a brake problem?
No, we thought we did have a brake problem early on, and then as the brakes started to seat themselves in, it came right back to us. After that last, the first yellow flag, we came in, made the pit stop, and we put ourselves in excellent track position, and everybody pitted right out of our way. But we were having a rear end going bad, and we didn't know it. We were blowing oil out of the breather, getting on the rear tire. That's why it was starting to get a little loose on me. That's how I fell back to third, and we came in, put new tires, it was getting a little bit better, and then all of a sudden I blew the complete side out of the rear end casing, and we're just in neutral, nowhere to go.
Okay, started on the pole, but it's an early finish for Mark Reed. He'll be back as well.
Look at that Englebright go through that. He and Portingay go through these corners side by side. Man, this is fantastic.
It really is. Englebright in the yellow number 20.
And meanwhile, they're going by the 27 car for position.
Look at all that oil and grease on our in-car camera. Caution is out.
And we see Craig Rodman has taken the lead from Matt Crafton.
That happened coming out of turn 11. Crafton swung a little bit wide. Rodman made the move, and that's the reason for the caution flag. Someone decided to move the tire barriers out in the middle of the groove.
They're right in the racetrack.
Let's see if we can show you who decided to play tire mover here instead of race car driver.
Here we see this group of cars all coming down the corner.
And boy, did they cut it tight coming in there, Benny.
Englebright and behind there's the... He's going to just nail those tires, just bulldoze them right out in the middle of the racetrack. And he said, okay, I don't want to do that anymore. Let's get these tires out of the way. Who in the world?
Might be Ron Peterson, the car number 8. Hard to tell from that angle, even though it's a great shot from above. You saw him moving the tires. He'll back up. Say, I think I'll leave these tires here. Little different angle.
And they're still coming in the corner. Let's take a look. Wow, what a great race up for the lead. Meanwhile, yes, it is the 8-car, Jerry. You're exactly right. As John Walsh, the 28 spins. There we see the Sean Monroe, the 70-car drive through. Tom Hubert gets through.
Now, after these tires are pushed out, the 05 had a problem. He'd been on and off pit road a couple of times, being black flagged for too fast, and he goes a little off-track racing, a little agricultural excursion there.
Yeah, he does a good job. He nails the gas. But that's what I'm concerned about with these Bisply tires. There's a lot of rocks out there, and they can puncture these tires. They're not as resistant to punctures as the radial tires.
Well, caution once again for the 5th time today here at Sears Point as laps are winding down. 15 to go when we come back. Finals game 1, Buffalo and Philadelphia, 8 o'clock Eastern time, 5 p.m. Pacific. NHL playoffs coming your way tonight. Game 1. That's at 8 o'clock Eastern. Well, they're going to be knocking tonight. They're going to be rocking here in a few minutes. These final laps should be quite a shootout here on this winding road course.
They're trying to get stacked up. Other cars, that white car is jumped and might get black flag. We jump in the start. All right, is that Englebright, I guess, or Rodman? A couple of yellow cars look almost identical. Craig Rodman, the black number 2, is the leader. Matt Crafton, 46. Oh! He almost didn't get off the corner. Portingay almost nailed him. That is the 3rd place car, Steve Portingay.
Heading up the hill. Rodman now coming into turn 4, right-hander. Then he'll go down the hill.
Turn 5, a sweeper. Very fast part of the racetrack. Now Ned probably, oh, there we see the 98 car. Around he goes. Troy Ermish. It continues on. All right, here Portingay is working on the young man, Matt Crafton.
Steve Portingay, former Rookie of the Year, former Series champion, right behind a driver who's making his first full year in stock car racing from the go-kart ranks. And boy, Matt Crafton has his hands full.
And Englebright goes by Portingay. The 20 car goes by. Now he's trying to get by Crafton.
He's on a mission. Of course, he sees Rodman pulling away up there, so he knows that he's got to get there in a hurry. Not that many laps left.
The 93 car, the 2nd yellow car, is Chris Rodman, the points leader.
There's Craig Rodman, the leader. There comes Crafton, Englebright, Portingay, then Chris Rodman.
And here comes Engelbreit on the inside. Makes the pass going into 11.
Oh, and Matt Crafton gets sideways, gets up high, and Portingate tries to do it, but Crafton accelerates off the corner. This young man is driving very, very well. I'm sure Danny and Jeannie are going to be very happy. I always go visit them, Matt Crafton's family, when I come to one of these Southwest Tour races, because they carry a couple English bulldogs with them. And I go by and say hello to the bulldogs.
Oh, so to the family, too.
Well, to them too, but I'm sure the bulldogs.
Stay on the good side of them.
Riding along with Steve Portingate, his roof camera, the Ultra Shield Chevrolet. 92 Rookie of the Year, 1994 Series champion. Matt Crafton, the young man, 20 years of age, a rookie driver, spent a lot of time in go-karts, micro-midget since the age of 8. Now he gets challenged for position.
Oh, boy, what a gutsy move by Portingate, and Matt Crafton reacted very well.
Yes, he did. That could have been a big wreck right there, and Crafton did react very well. Here the 95 car has spun.
Kenny Shepard. Put it in reverse there, Kenny. Uh-oh, there we go. The 93 car going by Crafton on the outside. Danny, that wisely backed off.
That 93 car is Chris Rodman, the points leader, going into this race.
And remember, Matt Crafton pitted on lap 15, so his tires have probably got to be gone. These other guys pitted about 4 to 6 or 7 laps later. Plus the fact he has a lot less experience than the guys that just went by.
Guys, the 8 car of Ron Peterson has been in and out the pit while we watch all this action out here.
This was after Kenny Shepard just a moment ago. There's Frank Morosky in the 7 car, and Shepard just gets off in the dirt. And he tries to save it. He turns it back to the right, but he can't quite make it. As the 40 car, Bo Limler goes by, and he stops before he hits the wall. Now, Chris Rodman up into turn 2. Right behind the 3rd place car, Steve Portingate.
You've got the Rodman brothers running 1st and 4th. Greg out front. Chris running 4th with the yellow, number 93.
Greg, a 3-time winner last year, has yet to win in 1997. Chris already having won twice in Las Vegas and El Cajon back in March. Well, 10 laps to go here at Sears Point Raceway. Will it be a run back at Sears Point? Turn 11, battle for 3rd, heating up. Portingate in the red car, number 14. Chris Rodman, the car number 93, and Rodman giving Portingate all he can handle here on this tight road course.
Well, they know that laps are running out, so you got to show what you got now. You don't hold anything back.
This is turn 2. They'll go into a left-hander called turn 3. There we go, the left-hander. Now up the hill. Oh, and the 34 Doug McCowan has made some contact with the 17 car. Darrell Lamore looks like some heavy damage to the left.
And 17 car also, Benny, has crashed down near the start-finish line.
I figured McCowan hit him, but maybe not.
Well, it looked like the 17 car veered directly into that barrier, the concrete barrier there coming along out of turn 11. There may have been some contact in turn 11, but the caution will come out with less than 10 laps to go.
I think he has more damage to that car at 17. He was trying to move it away, and I think he has more damage than he realized. Chris Rodman, Craig Rodman, probably didn't want to see this caution. He had himself a fairly comfortable lead. Engelbreit might have been gaining on him just a little bit, but now he's going to be right on his back bumper when they restart.
Assume that the 34 hit 17.
I don't know. But he just hit it.
Oh, he just hit the wall this time, man.
Yeah, just hit it.
Wow.
had some action. Okay.
Do we know what happened to the 34?
Okay. Been loose for about 32 laps. Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, yeah, ninth place.
We're sitting.
Our Speed World coverage of the NASCAR Featherlight Southwest Tour California AAA 200 from Sears Point Raceway is being brought to you by Purolator. To protect your engine, remember, pure oil now, pure oil later, pure later. By Daytona USA, the ultimate motorsports attraction, and by Quaker State Motor Oil for a clean running engine. While we were away in break, there was some action on the racetrack we're going to show you.
Doug McCowan, who ran so well the winter here last year, makes some contact, we think, coming off turn 11, and bruised up the left front. Now watch this. Darrell Lamore in the 17 car. We don't see him in the picture yet. We're going through just a moment as Davey Lindgren in the 15 comes off the corner, makes some contact. There's the 17. Watch this. Oh, right head on him.
And they have removed both those race cars, and McCowan is headed back to the garage area. We are set for green flag racing. Lap 46, that caution out for 4 laps, so we got a 4-lap shootout to the checkered flag. Can Craig Rodman hold off Engelbrecht?
Well, before that caution came out, he had about a 20 or 25 car length lead, Jerry, but now it's less than 1 car length.
Rudy Reback. Oh, and the 27 car, Ken Bailey, goes around, was running in 6th spot. Tough break. Told it Rudy Reback, the 3 car, has been black flag for jumping the start.
All right, there's Rodman. Craig Rodman, the leader, the car number 2. Engelbrecht, 20 car. Behind him, Steve Portengay, the 14. There's our split fire. Snapshot for Craig Rodman. Started second, Curley first. And led 9 laps.
The yellow car in 4th place there is Chris Rodman.
And here comes the 14, Portengay. John Walsh is spun. He nails her up, and the 25 car of Petty, I'm sorry, Steve Petty, should know that.
Petty's a lap down.
Portengay was just a moment ago taking a look on the inside of Engelbrecht, and right now he is driving away from Rodman. Chris Rodman, the 93. Ooh, and Rodman almost lost it and ended the exit.
Yes, he did. He really has the back end.
And something happened to Portengay. Something happened to Steve.
Well, Portengay almost lost it too coming out of turn 9 a minute ago. Vinny, the car got sideways. He had to back out of the throttle. Challenge up front.
Engelbrecht now he's going to turn under him and trying to get low, get position. He's got to run. And I'm not sure he's going to have position enough.
This left-hander here, he'll have to fall back in line.
I guess you're right. I guess Portengay just lost it up in turn 9 and lost some. Oh, and the 15, that's Davey Lindgren in the 15. The 30 car of
That's Hubert and then
Hubert.
Monroe. Sean Monroe in the car number 70, who's second in the point standings. Those cars are at the track blocked.
And you wonder, is the caution going to come out, and will they be racing back to the flag here? That we're getting close to the end of this race.
The track is blocked, but remember now, they will not end this race under caution. They will have green, white, and checkered if we do get a caution flag here with less than 5 laps to go.
And they have thrown the caution. They have thrown the caution. We see the pace car picking up the field.
And there's the flagman, Chris Genda. They're realizing that there's too many cars, too much congestion coming out of turn 11, where 2 cars still sit in the racetrack. Sean Monroe's car number 70 has come. Here's what happened a moment ago.
There we see Sean Monroe in the 70 car on the outside. And there the 68, somebody dives in on the inside of the 68, 58. That was the 35 car, Kevin Richards. And spins this 58, goes up and hits the 70.
Then the 30 car comes along
and tears the other side off the 70 car.
Now, just prior to this, from our copter cam, here's some more action on the racetrack.
This is a battle for the lead. First 4 cars. Oh, no, there we see the looks like the Ken Bailey car, but that's not 27, is it?
That's
that
a 20.
That is the 27 car.
Of Bailey. And another shuffle that was happening, Ned.
There was action everywhere.
That's John Metcalf in 05, and there's the Petty car, the 25, and John Walsh in the 28 making contact, and both those cars spinning. And I believe the 25 car is still sitting there.
As we mentioned, he is a lap down. The 28 car was running in 16th position when that happened.
And from the 14N car, Ned.
Well, you had a lot to look at in front of you. You say, now what am I going to do? Just slow down and stand on the gas and get out of the way.
Well, one car still on the racetrack, and that is the car number 25 of Steve Petty. Under caution as laps are winding down. Remember, this race will not end under caution. The rules here,
Jerry, the 20 bunch was disappointed to see this last caution come out because Englebright's car takes about 3/4 of a lap to come up for the tires, really basically to get the heat in them so he can catch the 2. While the 2 guys, they feel they're very confident. They think maybe the 20 can catch Craig Rodman, but getting around him is going to be something different. So the fact that we'll have 2 laps to go when the green comes out here should help the 20 car. But what this will probably come down to, both teams seem to feel like, is the last pass chance on the last turn of the last lap. So if you're in 3rd right now, you might have a pretty good seat.
It'll be interesting.
well, Mike Berlotti, the tour director for the Southwest Tour, says, I love this racing because we never have a race end under caution. We'll have a 2-lap shootout. As the pace car pulls away, they will wave the green flag and the white flag next time by.
And Portingay did not get an exceptionally good start. Look, they pulled away 5 or 10 car lengths from him. But Englebright is there, right on the back bumper of the leader, Craig Rodman. He tries to look inside.
Ooh, Rodman gets sideways. He might lose the lead. Englebright tries to look on the inside.
They are side by side. Right now, the 2 car has the advantage, but they're going to run him in the grass. Literally ran him down in the grass.
That's turn 3 and 3A. They will come down on a turn 4. It's down the hill here to turn 4.
I guess everything goes now. You gotta protect your turf.
All's fair in love in the last lap.
Well, they will get the white flag when they come back this time around. And now Rodman beginning to pull away a little bit.
Portingay really sliding back there in the red, white, and blue car. He's in 3rd spot right behind Englebright, and now he will make the move to the outside.
Rodman would like to see them race each other back there, maybe even get side by side. That would help him, but that hasn't happened.
We're supposed to get the white flag next time by.
35-year-old Craig Rodman, our leader, started in 2nd position. Jim Englebright in the yellow car, number 20, in 2nd spot. Steve Portingay in 3rd in the car number 14.
And I didn't see Chris Rodman back there, the points leader.
I didn't either. He's in a yellow car, and I didn't see him. And as they come into turn 11, they'll be way back up there. We saw Chris Rodman, but I don't know what position he's in, Kenny. But here they come to get the white flag. It'll be one more lap to go.
That's Craig Rodman's crew watching on the wall a moment ago. White flag, final time. 2.5 miles away from victory lane for the first time in 1997 for Craig Rodman.
That's a corner he had trouble getting to last time. That time Rodman had no problem whatsoever. But Chris Rodman, the points leader, is falling back to about 9th or 10th. Oh, and Engelbright came all the way off the ground that time. Does he have one more charge in him, Ned?
I don't know. He's closing in. I think he's either going to have to try to outbreak him going into turn 7 or turn 11. He'll probably make the first try at turn 7. Here they come now.
Well, here's where he has been awfully good, Ned. He's made a lot of passes coming into turn 7 early in the race. Talking about this turn they're coming up to right now.
Rodman has to protect that territory. He can't afford to get the car sideways. Boy, look how close he moves in. He's not able to get it beside him, though. And Engelbright breaks loose a little bit.
Final time down through the S's at 125 miles an hour. Up on the ripple strips is Engelbright.
Folks, that is the wanting to win. That's the urge. Now, I tell you what, the 14 ought to back off a little bit because I'm telling you, 20 is going in 11. He is going in 11. Hard he's going in.
Going in on the outside.
Hard he's going in.
Boy, did he.
Oh, he got in too hard. He got in too hard.
And he may lose second spot. Rodman will take the win. Here comes Portengay. And no, Engelbright gets the car right and gets back into gear. It'll be Rodman, Engelbright, and Portengay, the top 3. Let's go down to the Craig Rodman pits.
With Demo Mitri, congratulations, a big win for you guys.
Yeah, we did really hard. We wrecked the car in practice, and Craig came back to put it all together, get us on the front row. We have to really say our hearts are with Buffet Dave. He was a good crew member of ours, and we lost him last weekend. So this one's for Buffet Dave in Team Advantage memory.
Did you think Engelbright was going to get him?
We knew. We wished this didn't go yellow because we had such a far lead on him, but you have to go with the circumstances, and I'm really proud of Craig for pulling it together at the end.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Bill.
And he just jumped off the toolbox down here, and he might be one of the injured guys. I think he just blew out his knee jumping off the top of the box celebrating.
All right, that's Demo Mitri. Let's show you a couple of moves that won the race for Craig Rodman. Here's on the restart, on the very first lap when they got the green.
This is up in turn 3. Right there, the 20 has position in 3-8, but the 2 car just literally ran him over to the bump. And he had to get off the gas, and that's where he really never was able to get much of a charge. Here he is on the outside, last corner, turn 11. Then he tried so hard.
He went in there very, very hard, too hard, as you pointed out, and his car simply wouldn't stick. And Rodman was able to pull away, and Engelbright was able to hold on to second.
Well, we'll come back and talk to the victorious Craig Rodman, 35 years of age, getting his first win. He's headed to the...
That was the bitter end down there.
As soon as you can, Bill.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
Hey!
What did I tell you guys? You didn't listen to me.
Yeah, buddy.
You ran me clean, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, that's good there.
We have to down below you, Craig.
Greg, all the shooters are on that side, so when you come out, they could be doing all the starters over there.
Wipe your face, bud.
Yeah! Now comes the hard part. Ready to go to work? Over there to the shooters. There we go.
Well, Craig Rodman in victory lane for his 6th career win, his first this season. You tore up your car in practice, and you came back to win. Congratulations.
Well, I got an awesome team. We had to put together some guys. We lost some guys over the off season, and we put together another team, and we got some great guys that stuck with me. They put this thing back together in record time to get us out there and get second fast time, and the car was really good today. You know, we've been close to winning here before, and you know, it's finally happened. We just can't believe it. We worked so hard for this.
I think Jim wanted the win too.
Yeah, definitely. Jim wanted to win. Jim ran me real clean. He had a, you know, it was a pretty tight situation up there. I missed a shift, and he got alongside me there, and you know, my hat's off to him. He did run me real clean.
And one for Buffet Dave.
That's right. Big Dave, you know, we miss you a lot, buddy, and this one's for you. You should have been here.
Craig Rodman in victory lane here at Sears Point. Okay, so I'm clear until the Winston Cup show, right? Okay.
Bill's race cars.
Average speed slightly over 55 miles an hour. The lap leaders, well, Rodman, Brian Germoni, Matt Crafton, Mark Reed, and Kevin Richards. And of course, Jim Engelbrod, who had a gallant charge at the very end, but wound up finishing in second spot. Out of race, those that did not finish: Bob Lyon, Troy Ermish, Steve Resnowicki, Tom Hubert, and Doug McCowan. Along with Kenny Shepard, Kevin Richards, Chris Rodman, M.K. Kahnke, and John Metcalf. Ken Bailey, John Walsh, Davey Liniger, Frank Moronsky, and Paul Dubay. Rudy Revak, Sean Monroe, Bruce Ballstedt, Bo Lemler, and Jeff Hill. A lot of attrition here today at Sears Point Raceway. Well, 35-year-old Craig Rodman has won his first time in 1997. Let's go down to victory lane and Bill Weber. Bill?
Well, Craig Rodman in victory lane for his 6th career win, his first this season. You tore up your car in practice and you came back to win. Congratulations.
Well, I got an awesome team. We had to put together some guys. We lost some guys over the off season, and we put together another team, and we got some great guys that stuck with me. They put this thing back together in record time to get us out there and get second fast time, and the car was really good today. You know, we've been close to winning here before, and you know, it's finally happened. We just can't believe it. We worked so hard for this.
I think Jim wanted the win too.
Yeah, definitely. Jim wanted the win. Jim ran me real clean. He had a...
This is the palate of a race car driver, like speed, and we've got it. It may be a vintage year for Winston Cup racing here at Sonoma. The front row broke the track record. Mark Martin lowered the old mark by 0.3 of a second. Now it's time to put the cork in the bottle as far as practice and qualifying are concerned. It is happy hour, the last practice session, trying to get those cars set up to do something they only do a couple of times a year, turn right as well as left. So how do they do it? Well, let's go to my garage area colleague and connoisseur of all things mechanical, Bill Weber.
Hey.